Most people think making six figures is unrealistic, especially if they're starting from an irregular job making $40,000 or $50,000 a year. And a few years ago, I would have agreed with them. It sounds like something only doctors, lawyers, or executives can achieve. But the truth is, it is absolutely possible, and it's more achievable than you think. Now, let me be clear. If you're starting from zero with no special skills or connections, you're going to have to work hard and make smart decisions. But there are steps and guidelines you can follow that will get you to $100,000 a year faster than most people. In this video, we're going to discuss three critical things. First, the most realistic way to get to six figures. Second, the exact framework if you're starting from a regular job with no business experience. And third, the smartest approach that actually works. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what it takes and whether you're willing to do the work. Why you can't save your way to wealth. Before we start, let's address the obvious. You cannot save your way to becoming wealthy. When most people decide they want to improve their finances, they think extreme frugality is the answer. They cut out coffee, cancel subscriptions, eat ramen every day. And while being smart with money is important, saving alone will not change your life. Let me show you the math. If you're making $50,000 a year and you save an aggressive 20% of that, which is $10,000 annually, you're still only making $50,000. Your lifestyle barely improves. Even if you invest that $10,000 every year in the stock market and earn 10% returns, it'll take you decades to build serious wealth. After 10 years, you'd have around $175,000 invested, which is good, but you're still making $50,000 a year. Your income hasn't changed. The real breakthrough comes when you focus on increasing your income, not just saving what you already make. Because here's the thing. If you go from making $50,000 to $100,000, you can now save $20,000 or $30,000 per year while still living comfortably. That's when wealth building accelerates. Now, one way to get to $100,000 is a traditional route. Climb the corporate ladder, start at an entry-level position, work hard, get promoted every few years, and eventually reach a senior or management role that pays six figures. This works, and millions of people have done it. But here's the problem. It's slow. If you start at $45,000, you might get to $55,000 after 2 years. Then maybe $65,000 after another 2 or 3 years. Then $80,000 if you become a team lead. And eventually, if you make it to senior manager or director, you hit $100,000 or more. But that whole process takes 8 to 12 years, sometimes longer, depending on your industry and company. And there's another issue. You have very little control. Your income growth depends on your boss liking you, positions opening up, company performance, and office politics. You could work incredibly hard and still get passed over for a promotion because someone else had better connections. The faster path, high income skills. The fastest way to $100,000 is to develop a high income skill and either freelance, consult, or start a small business around it. What's a high income skill? It's a skill that businesses and people will pay premium prices for. We're talking about skills like sales, copywriting, web development, digital marketing, video editing, graphic design, consulting, coaching. Skills that directly generate revenue or solve expensive problems. If you master one of these skills, you can charge $50 to $150 per hour as a freelancer, or $2,000 to $10,000 per project. Let's do the math. If you charge $75 per hour and work 30 billable hours per week, which leaves you 10 hours for admin, marketing, and learning, that's $2,250 per week, or roughly $117,000 per year. And that's at just $75 per hour, which is actually on the lower end for specialized skills. Or if you do project-based work and charge $3,000 per project, you only need to land about 3 projects per month to hit $108,000 per year. 3 clients per month. That's far more achievable than waiting a decade for corporate promotions. You need to invest in learning a valuable skill. Take courses, get certifications, practice relentlessly, build a portfolio, and start offering your services. You might start at $30 or $40 per hour when you're learning, but as you get better and build credibility, you raise your rates. Within 2 to 3 years of focused effort, hitting $100,000 is absolutely realistic. Building a scalable business. Once you're making decent money with your high income skill, you can start building a scalable business. And this is where you go from trading time for money to building something that can grow without your constant involvement. What does a scalable business look like? A few examples: you could build a service business with a small team. Let's say you're a web developer charging $5,000 per website. Instead of doing every project yourself, you hire two other developers and pay them $2,500 per project. You focus on getting clients and managing quality. Now, each project you land makes you $2,500 in profit, and you can handle 3 projects at once through your team. You could create a digital product. Maybe you package your expertise into an online course, templates, or a membership. You create it once and sell it repeatedly. If you create a course on web development and sell it for $300, you only need to sell 28 copies per month to hit $100,000 per year. As your audience grows through content marketing, those sales become more passive. You can build systems and processes that allow you to handle more clients efficiently. This means creating templates, automating repetitive tasks, and documenting your workflow. When you can onboard and serve clients faster without sacrificing quality, your income per hour worked increases dramatically. Now, you're not just working harder, you're building systems that multiply your efforts. You're creating leverage. The hardest part: scaling and letting go. The hardest part of reaching $100,000 isn't getting your first clients or learning your skill. The hardest part is scaling beyond yourself. Most people stay stuck at $60,000 or $70,000 because they're afraid to hire, afraid to delegate, afraid to invest back into their business. If you want to break through to 6 figures, you have to start bringing in help. This doesn't mean hiring full-time employees immediately. Start by outsourcing small tasks, admin work, scheduling, basic editing. Then gradually bring in freelancers to help with delivery. As you make more money, hire people who are better than you in areas where you're weak. When you don't hire and delegate, your income is directly tied to your time. There are only 40 to 50 hours in a work week. Even if you charge $100 per hour, you're capped at about $200,000 to $250,000 per year. And that's if you're working non-stop with zero vacation. But if you have a team delivering work while you focus on sales, strategy, and systems, your income potential becomes unlimited. You need to develop systems and processes so your team can execute without you being involved in every detail. Document how things should be done. Create checklists. Train people properly. Then you focus on working on the business instead of in the business, getting better clients, improving your offers, refining your marketing. That's when you break through $100,000 and start moving toward $150,000, $200,000 or more. Reinvest in your earnings. When you start making 6 figures, don't blow it all on lifestyle upgrades. Yes, you can improve your quality of life, but you need to reinvest a significant portion back into growth. You have 2 smart options. Option 1, reinvest into your business. Use that money to hire better people, run ads, improve your products, expand your services. This accelerates growth and can double your income the following year. Option 2, invest in assets outside your business for diversification and long-term wealth. Take 20% to 30% of your income and put it into index funds, real estate, or dividend stocks. This way, even if your business has a tough year, you're still building wealth passively. This is what financially smart people do. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. If you're willing to invest in yourself, learn a valuable skill, build smart systems, and reinvest your earnings instead of spending everything, then $100,000 a year is absolutely achievable. Not in 1 year if you're starting from zero, but in 2 to 4 years. Completely realistic if you stay focused and execute. The question is, are you willing to do what most people won't? Because that's the real difference between those who break 6 figures and those who just talk about it. The path is clear. The only question left is whether you'll actually walk it.